Ladies, let's talk about the subtle yet powerful language of love. As women, we often find ourselves trying to decipher the little things men say when their hearts begin to open up. Love doesn't always come with grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, the soft words, and the hints that slip out when they least expect it. Now, you might think that men don't talk about love the way women do, but here's the truth. When a man is falling in love, his words start to change. And no, it's not always the obvious, "I love you." It's in the little phrases, the nuances that speak volumes. The first thing you might notice is vulnerability. Men, by nature, tend to guard their emotions, but when they fall for you, they start letting their guard down. They might say something like, "I've never shared this with anyone before," but it's in these moments that you realize they trust you deeply, and they're showing you their raw, unfiltered selves. This is a clear sign that their heart is opening up. Then there's the future talk. Suddenly they start to make plans with you, not just for the weekend, but for months or even years down the line. "We should go to Paris next summer," or "I can totally see us living together one day." These aren't just idle thoughts. These are the dreams of a man who's picturing a future with you. But it's not just about the future, it's also about the now. And what truly stands out is when a man starts complimenting more than just your looks. Sure, he'll say you're beautiful, but when he starts appreciating the deeper qualities, like your intelligence, the way you make him laugh, or your kindness, it's because he's falling for everything that makes you you. It's his way of saying, "I see the real you and I love it." Along with admiration comes a sense of protectiveness. Have you ever noticed how men can become extra protective when they love someone? When he says, "I don't want anything bad to happen to you," or "you deserve so much more," he's not just being nice. He's showing how much he cares, not just for your well-being, but for your heart. It's his way of letting you know that he wants to shield you from harm. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If he's talking about his life and starts involving you, that's a sign he's truly in love. Men who are falling in love want to share their world with you. You'll hear phrases like, "I was talking to my mum about you," or "My friends can't wait to meet you." When he's thinking about you in every aspect of his life, it's because he's imagining you as a permanent part of it. And finally, love brings out the playful teasing. If you've been on the receiving end of his playful jabs or little inside jokes, take note. A man who's falling in love will tease you with affection, playfully challenging you or making fun of your quirks in the sweetest way. This is his playful flirtation, his way of testing the waters to see how comfortable you are as he gets closer. Ladies, remember, love doesn't always scream loudly. Sometimes it whispers softly through the words they say when they least realize it. When a man is falling for you, pay attention to the subtle shifts in his language. His words are telling you more than he thinks. Trust in these signs. They're his heart speaking before his mind catches up. When a man is falling in love, something remarkable happens within his language. He begins to show vulnerability. Now, this isn't something men typically wear on their sleeves, especially in the early stages of a relationship. They tend to guard their emotions, keeping things close to the chest, whether it's about their personal life, fears, or past experiences. However, when they find someone they trust deeply, their language starts to shift. You may notice that suddenly he starts sharing parts of himself that he never opened up about before, things he hasn't said to anyone. He might casually mention something from his past that shaped him, or tell you a secret he's carried for years. It's as though his heart is saying, I'm letting you in. This shift often happens gradually. At first, it's a small, seemingly insignificant statement, maybe a hint about something that's always been buried inside. But as his feelings for you grow, so does his willingness to open up. He starts saying things like, "I've never told anyone this before," or "You're the first person I've felt comfortable enough to share this with." These aren't just random words. They're his way of building a bridge between his soul and yours. They represent a moment of true connection, where he's no longer worried about judgment or rejection. He's feeling safe enough to reveal what's beneath the surface. This vulnerability is powerful because it reflects his trust in you. For many men, opening up like this is not an easy thing to do. It's a departure from their usual guarded self. But love has a way of breaking down those walls. And when he shares something intimate with you, it's not just about the words themselves. It's about the emotional weight behind them. He's saying, "I'm letting you see the parts of me that I've kept hidden for so long, because I want you to understand who I truly am." In a relationship, these moments become the foundation of deeper intimacy. It's in these conversations that bonds are strengthened and connections deepen. When he shares his vulnerabilities, it's a way for him to show that he's not just falling in love with your outer self, but with everything that makes you, you. And in return, this creates a safe space for you to be vulnerable too, encouraging an authentic, emotional exchange that strengthens the trust between you both. It's a beautiful progression that speaks volumes about his growing feelings. As a man falls in love, one of the most telling shifts in his language is the way he starts speaking about the future. Initially, conversations may be about the present, what to do this weekend, where to go for dinner, or what movies to watch. But as his feelings deepen, there's a noticeable change in tone. He begins talking in terms of us rather than just me. He'll say things like, "We should plan a trip together," or "I can see us doing this forever." It's no longer about temporary plans. It's about seeing a shared future. This shift in his language reflects something powerful. He's starting to imagine you as part of his life in a long-term way. It might sound subtle at first, but when a man starts speaking in terms of the future, he's giving you a glimpse into his mind and his emotions. He's not just thinking about the immediate moment anymore, he's envisioning a life with you in it, building a future, not as two individuals, but as a team. For many men, this kind of talk isn't easy. They tend to keep their thoughts about commitment and the long-term future tucked away until they're absolutely sure. But once he starts to see you as someone he can build with, he can't help but let these words slip out. Imagine hearing him say, "I can't wait to meet your family," or "We should travel to that place you've always wanted to visit." These phrases aren't just about the activity or event, they're about the act of including you in the tapestry of his future. He's laying the groundwork for something lasting, showing that he not only wants to experience life with you, but he's beginning to see you as part of his journey moving forward. This shift in language can also indicate a deep level of emotional investment. When a man is serious about a woman, he starts thinking beyond the present, considering the future, and wondering how his life will intertwine with hers. Whether he's talking about a vacation, a home, or even a long-term commitment, it all reflects a deeper, long-term desire to see you in his future. A place where love, commitment, and trust can grow. It's not just about fleeting moments, it's about building a meaningful, lasting connection. When a man is falling in love, his compliments start to evolve in a way that is both subtle and significant. While the initial stages of attraction might involve praise for how you look, how beautiful or stunning you are, there comes a shift in his words that reveals a deeper level of admiration. He begins to notice and express appreciation for the qualities that make you who you are at your core. These aren't just surface level compliments. He might say things like, "I love how you always know just what to say to make me feel better," or "Your passion for what you do is so inspiring." This shift in focus from physical appearance to your character is one of the most telling signs that he's falling for you, not just your looks, but your soul. For many men, compliments about inner qualities come much later in the relationship, once they've realized that there is so much more to you than meets the eye. A compliment on your kindness, your intelligence, or your sense of humor shows that he's paying attention to the things that truly make you, you. When he takes the time to notice how thoughtful you are with others, or how you approach challenges in a unique way, it's his way of saying that he appreciates the parts of you that go beyond the physical. It's a beautiful sign that he's not just invested in how you look on the outside, but is starting to fall in love with your character, your personality, and your heart. This kind of compliment also reveals something powerful about the way he sees you. When a man expresses admiration for your inner qualities, he's acknowledging that there's depth to your relationship. It means he's beginning to see you as his equal, not just as someone who complements his life, but as someone he respects and admires on a level that goes beyond superficial attraction. It shows that he values the way you make him feel emotionally, intellectually, and even spiritually. Moreover, this type of compliment often comes with a level of sincerity that can't be faked. It's not just about saying the right words. It's about how deeply he's recognizing and appreciating the uniqueness of who you are. When a man speaks with such depth, it's a clear indication that he's falling in love with all of you, not just the version of you that is visible at first glance. His words are a reflection of the growing connection between you, one that is rooted in admiration for your true self. As a man begins to fall in love, his protective instincts can come alive in the most subtle yet meaningful ways. You might not hear him explicitly saying, "I want to protect you," but his words and actions will reveal this powerful urge to safeguard your well-being. It's often in the little things, like when he notices you're feeling down and immediately says, "If you ever need anything, I've got your back," or "I don't want you to go through that alone." These phrases aren't just casual remarks. They are expressions of his desire to be the one who stands by you, shielding you from harm, whether it's physical, emotional, or even mental. This protective nature goes beyond just keeping you safe. It's about wanting to be the person you can turn to in times of vulnerability, pain, or uncertainty. You might notice him saying, "I don't like how that person treated you," or "You deserve so much more than that," signaling not just his empathy, but his deep sense of justice on your behalf. It's his way of telling you that he not only cares for you, but that he's willing to step in and defend you when the situation calls for it. When he speaks like this, he's showing you that he values you on a level that goes beyond affection. He wants to ensure that you feel protected, loved, and supported in all aspects of life, especially when you're faced with challenges. Moreover, these protective remarks come from a place of genuine care and concern. It's not about trying to control or dominate your life. Rather, it's about offering you a sense of security and comfort in knowing that you're not alone in facing life's struggles. His words, while simple, are a promise. He's there for you, not just in the good times, but when life gets tough too. It's his way of demonstrating that he's emotionally invested in your happiness and well-being, willing to go the extra mile to ensure you feel safe and secure. When a man expresses this protective side of himself, it's also an indication of how deeply he values your happiness. His desire to shield you from hurt, disappointment, or stress shows just how much he wants to see you thrive, to see you succeed, and to see you live a life full of peace and joy. It's not just about protecting you from external threats, but from anything that could harm your peace of mind. These subtle, heartfelt expressions of care are often the clearest indicators that he is falling deeply in love with you. When a man is falling in love, one of the most powerful and telling signs is how he begins to integrate you into his world. His language will shift from being about his own personal life to being about your shared life. You might start hearing him mention his family in a different way, like, "I think my parents would love you," or "You should meet my friends. I know they'd get along with you so well." These aren't just casual comments, they're significant invitations into a deeper part of his life. By mentioning his family, friends, or other important parts of his world, he's essentially saying, "You're not just someone I care about, you're someone I want to be a permanent part of my life." This change in how he talks about his life reveals something meaningful. He sees you as someone who will be part of his long-term future, not just someone in his present. It's one thing to keep a relationship confined to a private space, but when he starts introducing you to the people who matter most to him, it's an indication that he's envisioning a future with you. He's not just keeping you in his personal bubble anymore. He's expanding that bubble to include the people who have shaped his life. This level of inclusion is an unspoken declaration of commitment and trust, signaling that he's ready to let you see more of who he really is, and even more importantly, he wants you to be a part of it. It doesn't stop there. He'll also start talking about the future in terms of shared experiences. For example, he might say things like, "We should plan a trip together next year," or "When we move in together, we'll definitely need to get that." These small but meaningful phrases suggest that he's not just thinking about tomorrow, but he's thinking about you by his side, living a life that you both build together. It's his way of showing that he sees you as a permanent part of his journey, not just a fleeting moment. In essence, when a man begins to incorporate you into his life like this, it's one of the clearest signs that his feelings are deepening. It's no longer just about enjoying the present with you, but about creating a future where you are part of the foundation of his life. He's letting you into his world, and in doing so, he's letting you know that he wants you there, now and in the years to come. This is not just about love, it's about commitment, trust, and the desire to build something meaningful together. As a man falls deeper in love, one of the most telling signs is when he starts incorporating you into more aspects of his life. This isn't about just sharing a few personal moments. It's about inviting you into the heart of his world. You may notice him mentioning his family, friends, or even his future plans in a way that revolves around you. Statements like, "I can't wait for you to meet my parents," or "Let's plan a trip with my friends next month," reveal more than just casual thoughts. They show that he is thinking about you not as someone on the periphery of his life, but as someone who will be deeply intertwined with it. This shift from me to we is a huge indicator that he's picturing you in his future. It's not just about enjoying the present moment with you, but about seeing you as a long-term part of his life. His willingness to talk about these things with you shows a level of comfort and confidence in the relationship. It's his way of testing the waters, trying to see how well you fit into his world. When a man starts sharing these intimate aspects of his life, like his family dynamics, his friends, or even his career plans, it's a way of saying, "I want you to be a part of all this." And it's not just about being included in his present life. It's about the future he's starting to imagine with you in it. You'll hear him casually drop statements like, "We should plan a vacation to that spot we talked about," or "When we settle down, we'll need to get a bigger place." These aren't just passing thoughts. They are his way of letting you know that he's thinking long term. He's not just focused on the fleeting moment. He's picturing a life with you by his side. By incorporating you into his life, he's not only showing you how much he values you, but he's also giving you an opportunity to learn more about the important people and places that have shaped him. It's his way of saying that you matter enough to be involved in the most meaningful parts of his existence. In doing so, he's offering a glimpse into the future he envisions, one where you're a key part of the bigger picture. When a man starts to fall in love, one of the most charming and playful signs of his affection is the way he teases you. It's a subtle form of flirtation that might go unnoticed at first, but it carries deep emotional weight. His teasing isn't meant to hurt or mock you. Rather, it's a way for him to bond with you, to create a sense of light-hearted intimacy between the two of you. These playful jabs are often the result of him feeling comfortable enough with you to let his guard down, showing you that he's not just interested in a casual connection, but in building something deeper. The teasing might start with small remarks or comments about your habits or quirks. Maybe he playfully makes fun of how you always take forever to get ready, or how you always order the same drink at your favorite cafe. At first glance, these might seem like simple jokes, but they're actually a sign of affection. It's his way of saying, I notice the little things about you, and I like these little details about who you are. He's drawing attention to the things that make you unique, and he's doing it in a way that suggests comfort and closeness, not criticism. As the relationship progresses, this playful teasing becomes even more intimate. It may include little inside jokes or shared moments that are only meaningful to the two of you. When he jokes about a funny incident the two of you shared, or calls you by a nickname that's unique to your relationship, it shows that he's not just interested in you, but in the unique connection the two of you have created. These playful interactions become a language of their own, a private way of communicating that builds emotional intimacy. Teasing also plays a role in testing boundaries, engaging how comfortable you are with each other. By making light-hearted comments, he's subtly seeing how open and vulnerable you are with him, while also providing space for you to respond with humor and affection. It's his way of deepening the bond between you two without being overly serious or intense. In essence, playful teasing in a relationship is more than just fun banter. It's an expression of affection, comfort, and emotional connection. When a man teases you in this way, it's a sure sign that he's falling in love, not just because of how much he enjoys being around you, but because he's cherishing the light-hearted, intimate moments that you share together.